Hey everyone, today I'm making a video about a new acquisition of mine, the LDY aluminum Cygnus. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you may know that I didn't like the original Cygnus. I thought it was too end weighted, and the distribution of the balance and the weight was just not for me. So naturally, I would be interested in an aluminum Cygnus because when you take any aspect of a Bally and change it significantly, then obviously you're guaranteed to have quite a different flipping experience. And as I was already a fan of the original Cygnus design, I would be super interested in seeing that same design change, the flipping experience changing a lot. So this thing has been on my radar for a while. I recently got one on the secondhand market. I sold something and traded it. Can't remember what it was, but yeah. So I have one now, and I want to talk to you guys about it because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's like a void, like just no content of this on YouTube besides literally 3 videos from Pez Flips, The Buffness, and Tony, Why Not, on Instagram. So I decided, even though it's an old Bally, or well, not old, but it's been several months since it was released. Even though it's been that long, I still should go ahead and make a video about it because there really just isn't nearly enough content on this guy for, spoiler alert, how good it is. So obviously you guys know that I like it now, but let's talk about why I like it. And also, it's not like this thing is perfect, because I do have some issues with it, but some of those, like, you kind of would be able to guess that there would be an issue, but let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the specs first. So this is a 440C blade. What the heck? This has been happening a lot recently. Cairo, come down. Nah, he ain't coming down, bro. Hopefully I'll make this video quick so that I can get him down. So the specs of this guy, it's 7075 aluminum with a 440C blade, and it's got pretty much the exact same design, looks wise, as the original Cygnus. You have that classic layered G10 look, and except in this case it's not actually G10, it's carbon fiber with aluminum, and obviously it's no longer sandwich like the original Cygnus. It's aluminum, and this is honestly one of the things that I like about the new Cygnus, because while the original Cygnus was pretty fun, and well, I don't even know how much fun I had flipping it, to be honest, because I didn't like it that much. My main issue was was that there was since you had the interwoven, let me see if I can make this focus. Sorry, I'm recording handheld today because I got a new camera app that I'm using. But yeah, yeah. So since you have this interwoven look, it makes it so that when you have a sandwich construction, that some parts of the metal are super, super thin, and it ends up ultimately making the sandwich slabs of titanium extremely light, despite it being titanium. Now, the thing with that is that that's okay. It's okay for it to be light. That's not a problem in and of itself. What the issue is when you have that little weight up here, and then you have titanium block spacers, which is what the original Cygnus had, which those do make up a lot of weight. So when you have so little weight all throughout this part of the Bally, and then you have a bunch of weight over here, it makes it extremely end weighted. Now, there's nothing wrong with end weight in and of itself, but it's just those factors combined together, the super, super sparsely placed weight in like the upper 75% of the handle, and then the heavy weight down in the bottom, just makes it feel super wonky, and that's why I didn't like it. Now, I know a lot of people love the Cygnus, and I can see kind of why, but it's just really not for me, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. This guy, however, just now that it's, was that a major voice crack? However, sorry. This guy, however, has a very, very different balance, because obviously now that it's being channel, you don't have that same issue where there's very little weight up here. It's all fairly evenly distributed throughout the handles. And even though you still have those large cutouts here, and you have the carbon fiber woven in, it actually doesn't make that much of a, a noticeable difference in terms of weight. Now, this guy is light. I will say that. It is light, and it is lighter than some people will like. But that's not a bad thing. This thing sits around, I think, 3.88 ounces. So it's really not that light, to be honest. In the age of lighter, where balisongs are getting lighter and lighter, 3.88 is a very, very reasonable weight. And a weight that a lot of people will like. So I don't know if a lot of people don't have these, because I don't know how many they made. But honestly, like, the fact that I've seen no one talk about them just makes me really confused. I mean, like, do people not like them? Is that, it's just kind of a weird issue, or not an issue, it's just like a weird situation, because this thing is honestly really, really good. And I would place it at like the top of like the LDY lineup for me in terms of how much I like their stuff. Now, given I haven't tried the Vixen, or no, I think the Vixen is their highest end model right now. Yeah, so I haven't tried the Vixen, but I don't know. I really, really like this, the carbon, or the aluminum Cygnus. Thank God he got down. I really like the aluminum Cygnus, and I think that the balance is so much fun and unique at the same time. It's got like, it doesn't flip like anything else in my collection. I'll say that. It definitely has an aspect of being very unique to it. Oh my God, he's geeking. He's geeking, bro. But yeah, it has an aspect of being extremely unique to it that makes it super fun to flip. And while it's not the most consistent in everything, like sometimes it feels a little bit wonky in rollovers and chaplains, it's consistent enough to the point where I won't complain about it. Like, that's just something I'm mentioning. But it's consistent enough. That's what I'm gonna say about that. It is very, very good at aerials. It's very predictable throughout the air. And I mean, I still can't land a double scissor, but slowly getting there. Like I said, rollovers aren't the most consistent, but they are sticky. And that's because of that good distribution where you have just enough end weight, but not too much. So it's very, very sticky. It will stick to your hands. And there was something I want to say. Hold on. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So my main gripe about this thing is honestly... Hold on. My hand's hurting. My main gripe about this thing, honestly, isn't something that you would be surprised about when you get this in hand and start flipping. But it's just the fact that it's kind of slippery. And that is something you would expect with aluminum. It's just like, it's a given, I guess, compared to titanium at least. But what makes it a lot more bearable is this really, really... Hold on, focus. This really intricate milling over here. Now, this is something that I really, really want to applaud LDY for, because this is really, really detailed. I mean, like, super, super fine detail milling like this is always appreciated, but you definitely feel it. I mean, it's not like you don't feel it while you're flipping, which is what you want, right? When you're putting that kind of attention into detail for like milling and stuff like that, you want the flipper to be able to feel it, and you can definitely feel it while you're doing this. And also, the carbon fiber helps with grip as well. So it's not even like that's that bad. Honestly, the place where it suffers most with the grip is the sides, and that's what's to be expected. But I will say this, it could be worse, because you do have a ton of grip. Honestly, I don't see how anyone could say that this is not grippy for an aluminum balisong. It definitely is. All I'm saying is that it's not going to be as grippy as a titanium balisong, and like I said, that's going to be expected. A glossier finish would help, I guess. I feel like Krakens are kind of good at that, where they have this kind of glossy finish, at least on the normal ones, where that glossy finish helps you grip more. But honestly, you can't really complain with this either, because the texturing is really good, and there's loads of areas where it's giving you good grip. So I mean, you can't really say much, because they did what they could with aluminum balisong, right? Now, the price of this is around $280. I feel like it's worth that price, because on the other hand, you do have Krakens being sold for $300 retail, and the milling on this is definitely more impressive than the Kraken, especially with just the whole construction in general, with these cutouts, and I wish it would focus. With these cutouts and the carbon fiber, it's definitely worth that price. I really don't, I'm kind of confused, to be honest. Like, I don't know why this isn't being talked about. I'm wondering if maybe it's just because the people who are getting them aren't people who usually post content on their ballot songs. And that's one thing. But I mean, like, usually you'd see like a lot more coverage of an LDY product. So it's kind of weird that you haven't seen much on this. But this guy is a sleeper. He's a sleeper build. I mean, he's underrated, super fun to flip, light, which makes it kind of nimble. Does tricks very well. Honestly, like, it just, in general, it's a very competitive flipper. There's no denying that. But yeah, I wish this guy got more attention, because it looks and sounds amazing. Oh yeah, the sound is amazing. Sound is really, really good. It's not every day you get an aluminum ballot song that sounds this good. But yeah, honestly, I'm super happy. Just from the aspects that LDY, pretty much. Wait, is that Kyra's feather just fell down? I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, LDY made changes to the Cygnus, and I really like it now. So I didn't like the original one, but I'm super happy with this one. And LDY has just been killing it with everything they do. They're innovating a lot. Like, the Cygnus already was an innovative design, and they've changed it even more to make it even cooler. Ow, that's gonna hurt. And they're doing just a bunch of cool products like the Vega. That's really cool. They've just announced that, and I think it's gone on sale, and people have already gotten pre-orders from it. But I don't know. LDY is just a really, really cool company, and I'm glad I'm glad I finally got a version of the Cygnus that I was happy with. That I feel like a lot of people would really like. But this video is kind of chaotic because I'm recording handheld. Kyra's flying everywhere, dropping feathers. But my main point is that this guy is super fun and criminally underrated. Now, unfortunately, I feel like this is going to be a classic LDY situation where they aren't going to do any more drops. And I really hope that's not the case, but I don't know. They do that a lot. I don't know why, but I think it's just because maybe, if anything, I'm blaming it on you guys because no one talked about it. So, I mean, I already have one. I'm good, but y'all missed out if you didn't get one of these because for whatever reason. You can still find them on the second-hand market for cheap. Like, I got this for a relatively good price. Well, I mean, I sold my thing and got it, but it's really good. It's really fun. I definitely have more videos coming soon. I have like an idea for another video I want to talk about. I might even just film that today. I sold one of my values and I'm trading it for something else, so that's another one. There was one other I wanted to make. Yeah, definitely got a good amount of videos coming in the future, so you'll be hearing more from me. I'm just kind of repetitive flipping here. I hate holding the camera like this, but like I said, new camera app, and I'm just kind of figuring out the settings. But I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. If you guys are still watching, thank you for watching, and go and grab yourself an LDY Cygnus aluminum while they're still in stock on the LDY website, because they're super good. Yeah, they're really fun. Highly recommend it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I will see you guys soon. Peace.